Welcome, dear viewers, to CouchWarrior TV on YouTube. I am the CouchWarrior, and you are watching Unpledged, Elegy for the Fallen. It's great to see so many of you return for episode 2 of the story. Just a couple of quick updates before we get started. There's been a change in the format. So rather than processing these videos after the stream, to remove the dead air and breaks and all of that stuff, I'm going to be adding a table of contents for each episode that features very clearly labeled links to the key points in the episode. There are many advantages to this. The first being the section links will allow you to quickly move backwards and forwards through the stream recordings. I will not have to, I guess I will not have to shut down and re-render the videos. And what this does is it allows me to make the recorded stream immediately available. The alternative is that I basically make the stream recording private. I cut up all the videos into sections and publish them separately. That definitely slows things down. The other thing that does is it completely eliminates the chat stream. So I thought for the benefit of those who are watching the recording, they have the option then to turn the chat stream on or off. All right. This is also going to save me some valuable production time on the back end. That is also extremely important. So basically, it's going to be a live stream show going forward. It is what it is. It's a live show. So as such, I'm going to be keeping it a live show, and that includes the 15 minutes of lobby time at the beginning. The table of contents will allow you to quickly skip past that. You'll be able to click those links and just skip past it. You'll be able to skip past, intros and announcements if you want to. You'll be able to skip to, say, the break point, the halfway point, and so that you can hit the second half, all of that stuff. So that is there for your convenience. And it also means that I will save time on the back end, and I think hopefully it'll be a convenience for everyone. To me, the most important thing is that those people who aren't here for the live stream can follow the chat if they want to, which can be quite entertaining and provide additional context to the story. Or if you just can't make an episode and miss your friends, you can, check it out and see what the conversation was. All right? So that is how that is going to work. So make sure that you check the description of each episode for the table of contents. That is something that I will be popping in there probably within 24 hours of the live stream. All right? All right. So because I've already gotten questions about it, there is currently no mod list for this series. Okay? A mod list is being created and will be available soon, but I will not commit to a date. Once it's complete, a link will be provided in the description of every single video, including the previous ones. So I will go back and add that link retroactively to all the descriptions. But please note that there are many mods in this series that are either legacy conversions that we can't share with the public, or mods that have been created specifically for this story. Now, some of these custom mods are going to be made available to the Patreon community for those people who are supporting the series at Thane level. But that's the best I can offer you for those custom mods. All right? What's next on my list? All right. You can find an updated stream schedule that covers the month of October. It's posted on my website. So please go to charactercrusade.com to view the stream schedule. Please note that there will be no live stream next week, but the series will continue again on Wednesday, October 9th, and will continue through all of October as normal. So I'm making that adjustment in the schedule because I'm going to be moving during that time, and I'm going to be between internet providers. So that's going to make it sort of hard for me to do a live stream. All right. So consult that schedule if you want to know when things are happening. I'm also going to make an effort to put these events on YouTube so that you can add alerts and make sure that you don't miss them. All right? Let's see. Oh, yeah. This week marked the beginning of development on CouchWarrior's Patreon-only mod. The mod will be an extensive enhancement of the House of Troubles mod, which is found on the Nexus, and will include quests, fully voiced characters, custom followers, and even a player home. So, each month we will be releasing a House of Troubles patch that will add all new functionality to the mod. We are building we're building this right now, and it's our way of giving a special thank you to Patreon supporters at Thane level and higher. So that's $9 a month and higher. All right? So basically the deal is that this is going to be for PC only. I apologize, we can't do more than PC. PC only, and it's going to be for Special Edition. So if you go out to the Nexus under Special Edition and look up the House of Troubles, you can download that mod and install it. And what we will be providing you with is a password-protected web page where you can download the updates for the mod every month. There's going to be a patch that you can install that will add all kinds of new and interesting functionality to that existing mod. All right? So that is that. If you would like to support CouchWarrior financially, you can do that by going to patreon.charactercrusade.com. You can also follow development of the mod in process by checking out our project board. You can get to that by going to THOT Dev. That's Thought Dev, as in the House of Troubles, dev.charactercrusade.com. All right, everybody. Thank you for taking the journey with me. Let the story begin. My name is Cassius Decianus. I was once a powerful political mover, but now I am just dead. There are very few who understand the true nature of political power.
Many think they know it, and they espouse traits such as idealism, integrity, tenacity, intractability, when in fact it is nothing of the sort. These are, in fact, the qualities of base-born, colorless hacks who infect the halls of government. These disabilities they refer to as laudable traits hold importance for a certain few who worship at the altar of lost causes, but they will never gain a man the power to truly govern. I find it amusing to observe them as they totter around the capital like infants playing at the game of politics and stacking alliances like so many wooden blocks. I've come to refer to them as the hackneyed. The hackneyed are filled to bursting with bluster and puffed up grandeur. Much like roosters, they strut about, crowing of their many accomplishments and perceived status. They can often be found gathered in great circles, pecking one another into staggering delirium. Once in this state of sweaty, red-faced pique, the hackneyed will often engage in what I've come to know as the explosion of mutually assured ruin, in which they devour one another in great bursts of political bloodletting. In these epic battles, the hackneyed will attempt to cripple their adversaries with great ideological hammers, raining down crushing blows of hyperbole until one party remains standing, whimsical and punch-drunk from the effort of it all. This is when I would take action. When the smell of blood was in the water, I would slowly circle the crippled and unaware hackneyed as they frantically tread water. When the end came, it came quickly, but it was not without pain. The realization that one has been laid low by one's own values is often a shock to the system, and one that I had seen written plainly on more than one face during the course of my political career. The plight of the hackneyed is heartbreaking. It's the vacant gaze of utter and complete devastation. It betrayed the pain of the lost promise of power and the realization that I had been the engineer of its demise. I do miss those days. Such was the dangerous field upon which I did battle. I was an accomplished general in the strategies of political warfare, and my victories were legion, and if I may be so bold, legendary. However, it is an act of great hubris to assume that one's skills are transferable from one battle to another. These are the assumptions that prove deadly. I learned this lesson by paying the ultimate price for my arrogance. The man who killed me is not more intelligent than I. He has a fraction of my once considerable financial and social resources. He is simple and brutish, and yet he understood something I did not. That when divorced from introspection and intelligent scrutiny, one's own personal experience is not only useless, but also dangerous. The belief that our enemies will do what is predictable because that is what they have always done is the kiss of death. I never hated my enemies. They were simply a means to an end. That is, until I met the man who took my life. Perhaps it was because his entire being was the antithesis of my own, or perhaps it was something less trifling than that. These are feelings that, even in death, I continue to explore. Whatever the reason, it is this passionate hatred that ties me to him and the world of the living. I cannot partake in the rest of the dead until I am sure that this man, this curse made flesh, has been made to suffer.
I'm getting out of here.
What are you doing?
Help!
For the Emperor!
This is a lot of fuss for courier. Shit. Maybe there's more than a courier here. Ah, yes. Okay. Come on. Battle!
What a waste.
That is the way of war, my friend. You should probably get inside.
What a waste.
Surely this place is dangerous. But I assume he's coming in, eh? Look at these palisades, eh? I always thought this Skyrim thing was a conflict. It looks as though it's a full-on war. And now I am about to set foot into it alone. Not ideal, is it? Shit. I did not expect artillery and battle mages. This is beyond my expectations. What a mess. There is no avoiding the pointy ears. They are everywhere. Perhaps it would be a good idea if I read this missive from the legate. Understand what I am getting into. Imperial alert. Attention to all Legion officers. We have received credible intelligence that indicates a new threat on the field of battle. Stormcloak sympathizers have been crossing the border from High Rock in great numbers, and there have been scattered reports of skirmishes with our long-range patrols. Be advised, these are not Stormcloak regulars, and you should expect sophisticated traps and ambush tactics. There have been unconfirmed reports of magical suicide attacks and worse. Please exercise caution on the roads. The enemy is growing more desperate by the day. The closer we come to our inevitable victory, the more dangerous the war will become. For the glory of the Empire. Legatrica. Sure. Let me just make sure I get my patrol in order, huh? Shit. Shortages. What is that? Intelligence. Could not hurt. Place. It is brutal. Before we get into it, CouchWarrior, I have a level. Perhaps we should take it, yes?
Sure. Hang on. All right, let's take that level. So, of course, we are level 10 at the start of this adventure. And up to this point, I have invested all the attribute options I have had in health. Now, from a roleplay perspective, this was meant to be sort of a reflection of this idea that he has been basically cooped up in a prison for a year and a half or so. So his health is good, but his stamina's down. All right? He's been cooped up, but he's been getting 3 square meals a day. He's probably been working out on his own, you know, doing some push-ups, some pull-ups, whatever he can do. The one thing he can't do is cardio, right? So what we're going to start doing now at level 10 is investing in stamina, but we're going to do that alternately with health going forward. And from a roleplay perspective, this will be a reflection of Caleo getting his wind back, all right? Recovering his stamina, basically, his strength, all right? So that is what that's all about. We're going to go up here, and we're going to take Heavy Armor Fit for this perk.
All right. That is good. Perhaps we should, you know, F5.
All right, I got it. So basically, at this point, if we want to do a little bit of a story recap, in the previous episode, Caleo arrived in Skyrim, having been pulled out of prison, placed on a prison ship, and sent to Skyrim to resume active duty here in this war situation that we have in the province of Skyrim. He is at the beck and call of General Tullius, and we also discovered in the last episode that Tullius has a bit of a dark agenda. He seems to be using Caleo, at least at the beginning, as some sort of kind of personal assassin. He used him to actually assassinate another Imperial officer or ship captain. Presumably so that that captain would not go back to Cyrodiil and report what he had discovered here in Skyrim.
Have your head. I'll paint it.
Now, of course, that doesn't tell us what Tullius was up to, but it implies that Tullius is up to something nefarious. And so he completed 2 tasks for Tullius. And having completed those tasks, Tullius released him into the wild and basically said, okay, here's your blacks, which is another way of referring to his uniform, which has been especially modified so that all the other Imperial soldiers know that he is unpledged. And being unpledged means that he is basically not to be supported by the army. He is basically an Imperial soldier who is on his own, and it is akin to a death sentence. He's basically been excommunicated, but he is still in the service of the army. We are going to learn a bit more about the gravity of unpledged status as we proceed through the story. But right now, we got to focus on staying alive. So right now, we are trying to make our way to Camp Argentum, which is the place that he was directed to report. There is an officer there in Camp Argentum that Caleo will be serving under. In his initial command. So, that's the idea. If you haven't had a chance to go back and check out the first episode, I would encourage you to do that.
Yes.
wants.
Lots of hacking. Who's that? It looks as if there was already a battle here. Perhaps I missed it. Perhaps I am only taking out the stragglers. Ah, I see them, huh? Ah! Come on! Come on! Sucking archer.
I'll kill you if I have to.
Oh, you will have to.
Are you prepared to die?
Ah, there we go. Down! Whew. I have to catch my wind. One more archer. All right, I see you there, bastard. Perhaps we can make an arrangement of some kind. How about you stop shooting and I don't break your neck? Hmm? I don't think so. Whew. Catch my breath. Okay, now we are waiting. Let us confirm that everything is working. I'm going to loot these people. While I do that, CouchWarrior, you check that out.
Okay, so we had a little bit of a stream slowdown, right? Any improvement? Any improvement? Or are we still struggling? All right, well, I'm keeping an eye on it here. When stuff like this happens, I kind of count on you guys in chat to let me know what's going on. All right?
Ah, a potion. Perhaps I could sell that. Who's left in this dump?
Damn you!
Big heavy weapon, huh?
I've had enough of you.
Come on. Into the open beach.
You won't get the best.
Perhaps you just want to come out. We could negotiate.
Time to end this little game. Let's see what you've got. Do your worst.
Ugh. A key. This weapon. We will take that. CouchWarrior. Seems that we have acquired another level. Perhaps we would like to take that as well. I mean, it's up to you. If you want to do that, that's fine. Is that what you want to do? Well, at this point, I think it would be advisable. All right. All right, so we said we were going to alternate health and stamina. So we did stamina last time. All right. We invested in heavy armor last time. Let's see where we're at with blocking. Okay, we got all the basic blocking skills taken care of. Let's check out one-handed. Oh, yeah. Let's do all the mastery on the one-handed. Those are good choices. So I presume this key is for this. All right. Ah, look at this. Elven boots. That cheese looks suspect. I'm going to have to stock up on everything. Cabbage. Sure. Apples. This place is rather spare for a bandit lair. Perhaps they are not bandits at all. One would think that staying inside the palisades would be a good idea, but I have found it is never a good idea to spend the night at the scene of a battle. Unless, of course, you're prepared to fight again. Ah, scimitar. We could sell that. More miscreants here. Including myself, it would seem. I fear I'm not getting out of here any other way but the hard way. Come on.
No!
As long as I don't get franked, should be fine. There were at least 2 more I could see. Where did they go?
Your end draws near.
Ah, there we go. All right, it's you and me, big man. Come on. You're cheating. Magic weapons. These are very well financed bandits. Look at this. This seems most advantageous. I would keep moving, partner.
You lost?
I'll ask you the same question.
Imperial.
Very perceptive.
Mm-hmm.
I despise traveling at night like this. What is the greater danger? Traveling at night or staying inside this palisade? Ah, merchants. Perhaps this is an opportunity, eh? Hello.
Yes?
What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
Tell you what, I have some things that I do not need. Also, I have come by some arrows and the scimitar. Oh, how about this as well? And a wooden plate for you. How nice.
All right then.
Perhaps you would like some company, huh? No. No one enjoys traveling with a dead dog, do they? Huh? Very well. It is back to this dump we go. We will stay the night here and make our way in the morning. It's safer to travel then, especially when you're alone. And I have heard some tales of this Skyrim and how dangerous it can be.
All right. This time around, we're going to continue to invest in heavy armor and block.
Did you hear something?
Oh, shit. This place is crawling with them.
Would seem I awoke just in time.
You're pathetic.
A mage. Well. Surprise. Ah, God.
You think you stand a chance?
Truly. The tales were not wrong. And this... I think I know what this is. Taproot. The tales tell of forests infested with spriggans, creatures of the woods. We will have to keep our eyes peeled. I missed that one. All right, we are off. It would seem I am destined to keep this bucket on my head the whole time. This place is dangerous. The trees are thick. There are many reports of Imperial patrols of big size, large size, divisions, marching into the forest, never to come out. And here I go, in by myself. Seems foolish, but what choice does a soldier have? Huh? Another scimitar. What happened to you, my friend? deer. They grow large here. A quaint village.
What is it?
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the coal down.
We drink to our youth, today is come and gone, for the age of aggression is just about done. Hello there, fellow traveler. One itinerant minstrel and wandering wastrel at your service.
Yes.
Until next time.
If you need a meal or room, I've got both. I only take real coin here. No handouts and no bartering.
I'd like to use the mail service, please.
Of course.
All right. I need to access my account. Deposit. Let's see. Let's see. I will deposit another 800. Right? It is my hope that Isabel will be able to make good use of this money.
He's a good-natured lad, but he's got no idea how dangerous the world really is.
It is rustic.
Yes?
All right. According to my map, I still have a long way to go before I get to Camp Argentum. And I would very much like to get there before it gets dark. Spooked animals is not a good sign. This is a bad idea. What is worse, if I get off the road, I will surely get lost in this unfamiliar place. If I stay on the road, I am a sitting duck. So, Camp Argentum. I do not know of this place. I know nothing about it. I can imagine what I should expect. How about a crash? That is always nice. Let's try that again.
All right, we're going to try that again. All right. I refuse to believe that it is the forest that's doing it, despite what I see in the comments. Mainly because I've got about 80 hours worth of content playtesting it. So we'll see what happens. If we continue to have a problem with it, then I'll have to regroup. Just the fox. This business of ambushes and magical attacks. It is something to be very concerned about. I feel as if I'm being watched. There.
First you, then...
Shit. What is that? Shit. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
We are routed. Fall back. You won't live to see tomorrow.
Come on. There's more of them.
That's the best you can do. I can take you.
All right, prove it. Come on.
What a mess. Who are these bastards? They wear almost no armor. And these. Let's cut it out. What do you say? It is a plant. Some kind of witchcraft. Perhaps associated with this creature. Another one. This appears to be enchanted. Perhaps we can use that. Are these the soldiers she was talking about? Does not seem likely. All right, defensible position, eh?
I'll see you burn.
Come on, one at a time.
I'll see you burn.
Oh, bad. Oh, quickly.
I'll see you burn.
Son of a bitch. Mages. Everywhere. Ah, shit. Damn it. I have to get to cover, as much as I hate it. I can't stand alone against this shit. Hang on. Who is next? Who is next? This one is mine. There are more. Where? Come, Stormcroak.
Hawks on the Empire.
Cloak. Sucker. They have nothing. I'm exhausted.
I'm going to find whoever did this. Oh. What happened?
They just walk by. They do not bury the bodies. It is not the way of the soldier to leave ones dead or to take their gold. But these are desperate times, are they not? Barely move.
Keep an eye out for Stormcloak spies.
It's not the spies I am worried about. Shit. Ah, come on.
Die, dog.
I need some backup. Shit. Oh, I am too exhausted to fight. I have to line them up. I cannot fight them this way. Bastards, one at a time. Come on, fight like men. Then a big mob. Here we go. This is my stand right here. Come on. Come on. Shit. Right, your friend is down. Does that upset you? You are next. Oh, there are so many of them. I have not fought Stormcloaks before today. Ah, this must be the leader. Ah!
It's...
I am truly exhausted now. Ah, they carry no money. Nothing I can use. I'm sorry, my friend. Let me bear your helmet for you. I have to get to the camp before I get killed out here on the road. Let's see, what have I got to eat? Anything would be good at this point. I have to be close at this point. It is no wonder that the Imperial Army is having so much trouble here. Watch your back, Thelmor. The road is dangerous. Oh. Still lightning. I'm getting jumpy. he's an assassin. So much more. God. Again. Getting nasty. This is a good time for a level. Whew. I agree. Okay, stamina. Whew. Man, it is rugged out here. All right, let's take a look at what we got going on here. Blocking. Can't really do anything there yet. The time to block. So assume a defensive position for 1 second after raising your shield or weapon, blocking 30% more damage and staggering attackers in melee. Okay. I'm thinking it's either that. We'll go over here and see about doing some more damage. We could go Furious Strength. Increase our power attack damage by 15% plus 0.1% per point of stamina. Unlocks decaps. All right, I've been doing a lot of power attacks. Oh, this mage is just the worst. Come on, get in there, get in there. Okay, who's next? Let's block the one. We gotta take some shots from the other. To recover some stamina here. Oh, someone else is coming in to mix it up. Who's this? You won't get the best of me.
I can't. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, the injuries were killing me there. Oh, it was the afflicted refugee coming back. Okay. Or a afflicted refugee, I guess.
You will take this ale. Okay. They have significant amounts of gold. This is good. This is what we need.
Ah, there's the mage.
Okay. This must be where they came from. It's very quiet in here. Quiet, like a mausoleum.
Is someone there?
every now and then. Stupid bees and their stupid honey. I fought worse than you.
Death is highly...
That's it?
You've already lost.
Do your worst. We are wrapping up.
This one is dressed like the others. What is the connection? Perhaps they are mercenaries coming in from outside. Maybe these are the ones they were talking about. Doesn't seem likely. Looks like they garrisoned this place at one time. Recently. I am sorry, my friend. I got here too late. Guard dog.
you're mine.
Come on. There was something on his spear. Poison. Come on. It is. Corundum I can use. Gold I can use. This I can use. Pet. There was a strange woman hanging around here. What are you doing here? You are a collaborator, or you are a prisoner. There is no in between. Speak. Have they removed your tongue? What was going on here? I believe I am almost where I need to be. I must go. must get to the camp. I have to be close. I'm so tired. I cannot see. I must shed some weight. I will never make it otherwise. What could I dump? All of these things, of course. Ugh. I suppose these ingots, those could go. These as well. I have to keep something. And all of these weapons. Okay. One last push. We have to be close to the camp. They must know that the Stormcloaks have taken over this fort. How could they not know that? That their men are dying here. There it is, finally. Who is this? Move along. One is never allowed to forget there is a war on.
I'll rip you in half. Show me what you got. You don't have a chance.
No offense, but you're not looking so good.
Yes, this I know, idiot.
Here we go. Over here.
This camp is sizable.
And you thought I was just a pretty face.
Auxiliary. Caleo Ferrata, reporting for duty, sir. Let me make one thing crystal clear, Ferrata. I don't care who you were before. You are nothing now. And I don't like you near my camp or my legionnaires. You are an affront to the Ruby ranks. And the fact that you are still alive is an insult to every man and woman who wears the uniform. You will not sleep within my walls. You will not eat the camp food. You will not garrison within sight of the walls. You will not presume to skirmish alongside my soldiers. The thought of you fighting beside my soldiers makes my guts twist. We are in a war, and we battle for our lives within these walls every day. You are not worthy to polish the boots, let alone fight beside them. You will enter my camp to get your orders and nothing more. Do you understand? There is a ruin to the south called Silent Moon's Camp. Inside you will find a band of Stormcloak sympathizers who have been raiding our food stores. You will go there, and you will deal with them, and you will report back to me, if you survive. Perhaps we'll get lucky and eliminate 2 curses at once. By the way, there's a graveyard at the end of the road. That seems like a suitable place for you to garrison. If it were up to me, you would be there already.
Come on, let's see you put up a fight.
Is someone there?
You're making me angry.
I'm going to enjoy
I'll
it.
show you a real fight.
You don't have a chance!
Graveyard at the end of the road.
Come on, show yourself.
That must be a metaphor, huh? I assume there is a graveyard at the end of every road. Now I just need to get there in one piece, and perhaps I can lay down among the dead and rest my weary bones. This prefect, Valis, hates my guts already. I've done nothing to him yet. I confess it is hard for me to pass by a pitched battle and not chip in. If I start disobeying orders now, there would be trouble. Oh. Shit. Come on. It would seem I have to fight all the way to my own grave. Oh, shit. Dark magic. was it? Not very homey. These are ancient graves. Shit. This is an evil place. This is to be my home, at least temporarily. We will find a defensible position. We will wait out the night, get very little sleep, I imagine, and then we regroup in the morning. Looks like it is about as good as it's going to get. This is a fine mess. Well, I suppose I should get about my bloody business. Stormcloak sympathizers. How does an officer in charge of a camp of this size allow someone to walk in and steal his foodstuffs? They have siege equipment in here.
We're running out of bread. I hope the supplies get here soon.
Go tell the commander. I'm sure the boot in your arse will take your mind off your troubles.
Follow smite! No!
I'm going to help him win this freaking war if it kills me. So what if he doesn't want my help? He's going to get it anyway. One way or another. Alright. There's a stone cloak over there. There's another siege engine on top of the hill. Let him run his men up the hill right into the guns. I will flank them. It is a camp. How does he allow them this close to the walls? Ah, you give away your position, Archer. How much of this here is their food? It is sitting at the top of the hill.
Just stand still!
I'm going to put you down!
Not today. We have to get away from these archers. Ah, shit. Come on. Okay. Come on, you bastard. Shit.
Enough! This ends now!
There are two routes to taking care of something like this piece of siege equipment. One is to destroy it. The other is to destroy those who man it. I think I have achieved the latter. And the prefect doesn't need to know. Alright. I see a ruin up ahead. see about these sympathizers. All right. It looks deserted. Wait, there. All right, shake off the rust, Caleo. Let's go. Neutralize the mage. Two, that is it. They are at work. They are distracted. I would endeavor not to get flanked in this situation.
What was that? What was that?
Come on.
Can't wait to count out your coin.
Come on. Freaking archers. Yeah. I hear nothing. The fact is, spending 2 years of your life in a dungeon can make a person angry. Helmet. This province is awash with enchantments. They are making weapons, but not just any weapons. These are enchanted weapons. Which would serve a small army very nicely against... perhaps a fort filled with green soldiers who are not paying attention. door here. And perhaps another way in. This is a bit of a risk, but nothing ventured and all that. Oh, don't tell me you're locking up now. Is that what you're doing? Because if you are, I'm going to be upset. And you are locking up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, yet another break. That is unfortunate. right, let's try this again, huh? We need those. We will take that for the selling.
Huh? What was that?
Shields up.
Is someone there?
Fence.
Everybody pushes me around. Well,
It's nothing.
This is a bad situation. Very bad indeed. Let's do that. Anything else that would be, I don't know, helpful, perhaps? Well,
Guess it's all clear.
shit. That bites the
What
big
do you
one.
need, handsome?
It looks like everyone was inside. Alright, let's try it again, huh? Let's see, we got the lantern on, we put on the helmet. Whew. Okay, let us see.
There ain't enough gold. Just need one good all.
Is someone there?
Over here.
You're mine now.
And you thought I was just a pretty face. I knew it!
What was this? Over here! Can't wait to count out your coin. Die already so I can take your stuff. You'll be so much easier to rob when you're dead.
Come on.
Tell you what, you start running so I can stab you in the back. What you gonna do, huh? What you gonna do? You can't win.
Ah, it's getting dicey. Ugh, those heavy weapons power through my shield. Well, I would say it was better the second time, huh? That was what Caleo says. Huh? It is always better the second time. Yes, that is what she said, huh? What else? I'm feeling tired again. It is getting harder for me to snap out of this state of mind. This place is like a gold mine. Perhaps I will not tell the prefect what I found here. Perhaps it would be better if Caleo kept that a secret, huh? Perhaps I should rest. I thought I had left this behind, this curse of mine. But it seems it is still here. It just lies dormant, with no reason to come out when I am confined in a dungeon. But it is the curse that got me in this situation in the first place. Maybe I have slept it off. Maybe not.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are carrying too much. We are encumbered. So let's make some decisions here. First of all, we'll dump some things off. We're going to try to keep as much as we can that has some value to it. The problem, however, is that there are certain things we just need to keep. Let's think this through. Let's do a little role play discussion here, shall we? This man is in dire straits, right? He's basically He's basically in this unenviable position of being stuck in a war and knowing that nobody has his back. He's expected to fend for himself, so he can't partake of military supplies, encampments. He can't use their tents. He can't do anything. So basically, he's got to fend for himself. The other thing that we have at play here is that he is attempting to send as much money home for the benefit of his wife and daughter, whom he's never going to see again. So his objective is to stay alive long enough to make a sizable chunk of money that he can send home to them to make sure they're basically set up for life. And then after that, he doesn't care if he dies. All right, we are in trouble here. Hang on. All right, we're going to drop this sword right now.
You're making me angry.
All right.
Tell you what, you start running so I can stab you in the back.
I'll fix you good.
Ah, come on. Here we go. Whew. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. Prefect Valis has made it abundantly clear that he doesn't care if Caleo survives or not. So we're going to take all of this stuff and we're going to attempt to make it to Whiterun encumbered. We're going to sell it all, try to make as much money as we can to get the basic supplies that we need in order to set up our own camp. And then we'll put the rest in the bank account. All right? That's the plan. We're going to shed a whole bunch of weight. Now, if we disenchant all of this stuff that we've acquired, that's going to be huge. I think the other thing that we could do here is let's just do a manual loot of this and see what we got. We can take that. I mean, we're encumbered anyways, right? We don't even have a hunting knife yet, so we're not going to field dress that animal. So now we got to try, we're going to try to survive the hike to Whiterun. That's going to be our goal. So let's quick save here. And I apologize for the crashes tonight. I really don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to check that. Because we're not doing a live stream next week, I've got a couple of weeks to work on a solution for that. It's interesting because I did play ahead on this as a test and didn't have any crashes at all. So there's something that's changed, and I have a couple of theories on what it might be. But for now, we're just going to play through this painful episode, and hopefully we can survive this. And then for episode 3, I'll have a couple of weeks to try and figure out a solution, or try and figure out if there's something going on with my load order or what it might be. Right? So while we're hiking along here, I guess this is a good opportunity for me to just say thank you to you guys for supporting the channel and supporting yet another story. I really do appreciate it. I try to put on the best possible show that I can, but you know how it is. You know how Skyrim is. Even with 100 hours worth of testing, there are still always things that will bite you in the ass no matter how hard you try to deal with them. Like I said, too, I mean, I don't think that I'm taxing the system unnecessarily. Everything we're doing here was pretty extensively tested previously, so we will work our way through it. Now this, man, this Great Forest of Whiterun Hold mod is absolutely bananas, but I love the intensity of it. All right, let's try to get our bearings here and see if we can figure out where we are. Now, I'm kind of going on memory. I'm going the direction that I think Whiterun is. There. Okay, it looks like I'm starting to see the walls here. Yes. Okay, we're on the right track. So this is going to be a slow slog at the end here, but that's okay because it does give me an opportunity to talk directly to you about what's going on. So I've got, for this story, I don't know how many episodes it's going to go, but I definitely have a plan in mind. It's going to be of significant length, but I am trying to keep the plot manageable enough that I'll have a couple of options as to where this story ends, okay? Finally, the walls. This is what passes for civilization here. So as I said in the beginning, there will be a mod list made available eventually. You're going to have to be patient on that one, though. As is my way, I'm sort of cagey on the mod list stuff sometimes because there are things coming and going from my playlist that are specifically designed for the story and things that I might want to conceal, which means that if I do a mod list, I can't just export a mod list. I got to do a whole bunch of curating of the mod list. And usually that's kind of low on the priority list when I've got other things that I'm trying to get working. So that's how it is. We are going to see the perspectives of at least one other character. Like I said, I'm trying to keep the technical aspects of the plot as simple as I can this time around. All right, we made it this far. Let's keep going. We're going to go... Remember, we're starting from scratch here. Basically, when we left Solitude 2 days ago...
You lost?
Really, all that Caleo had was the armor on his back, and that's pretty much it. Now, we've acquired a whole bunch of things. We've recovered a shocking number of enchanted weapons on the road to Whiterun. It's actually kind of amazing when you look at it. There are so many magical weapons in our inventory. That's really what's weighing us down. But if we save this stuff, it's going to be completely worth it.
My poor Fralia thinks Thoron's still alive. Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the old fort near River.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of meat.
So we've heard a little bit about Caleo's backstory. We know that he has a wife. We know that he has a daughter. We know that he murdered someone named Cassius Decianus, and that's what got him into this predicament. In the first episode, we also heard a letter read, a letter written by Field Marshal Jonah to General Tullius that indicated what his status as an unpledged actually meant and why he wasn't just flat out executed. Because it sounds as if the person that he murdered was a person who was a very powerful and prominent politician. However, from the contents of the letter, what we have come to understand is that throughout his 30-year career in the Imperial Army, Caleo rose to the rank of legate and earned the respect of many, many soldiers in the ranks. And so, given the fact that he killed Decianus in retaliation for being set up by Decianus, and because Decianus had basically duped his wife and was sleeping with his wife, there are a lot of people who apparently believed that he was in the right. Look at these. We're just going to go bonkers here. Okay, Iron Dagger of Crystals. I mean, this is like an unheard of number of enchanted weapons.
Come to Dragon.
It's amazing, actually.
Discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the...
Okay, we're not going to disenchant
warriors.
This necklace of resist fire. We're going to keep that. Oh, boy, does that feel better. Now, see, what's our situation? Well, yeah, we're still encumbered because we've got some things we can sell now. Remember, I grabbed up a whole bunch of armor and stuff like that. Learning all those enchantments is going to... It's going to be a good way to drive some leveling, but ultimately what Caleo needs to do is earn money that he can send home to Cyrodiil.
I fear the night, because the werewolves and vampires go.
So in that letter, we got a glimpse into what caused him to attack Cassius. But we've also started hearing from Cassius himself. In fact, Cassius was the first person that we heard from in this story, which is interesting to consider, given the fact that Cassius is apparently deceased. And throughout the course of this story, we are going to learn more about Caleo, more about his background, more about the story of these two men through the eyes of both Cassius and Caleo. Which I think will be kind of fun to tackle. All right, so we can go to the well here. We'll refill the water skins and just wait until morning, and then we're going to go in here and sell as much as we can sell. All right. So let's wait it out here. It's going to be a long night sitting in the square. All right, let's see if this Joker's open yet. If not, we'll go down the street. No. Seems like he opens later. Isn't that him walking right ahead of us up there?
You know, I saw something near Shimmer Mist Cave to the northeast.
Let me know if you see anything you like.
You look a bit peaked. You sure you shouldn't be home in bed? Hello, friend. In the market for some hunting supplies? What are you hunting? Never mind. I don't want to know.
I want to sell some things. What have we got? Iron shield. Sell it. Sell it. Sell it. Full armor. Okay. Any non-magic weapons? This, that.
Now, we're also down to 16 bolts, so Kaleo's going to have to figure out how to make his own. There is going to be a fair amount of crafting in our future, ladies and gentlemen, so get used to that idea.
Thank you very much for your business.
Okay. Looks like we are back at full speed. So the other thing about Caleo is, of course, he's fairly conspicuous in his armor, which he is required to wear. So one of the questions may be, well, why didn't he just run away? Why didn't he just disappear into Skyrim, right? Or something like that? Well, underneath it all, he's an honorable man.
If you need potions.
And he is trying to atone for the things that he's done. And if you were to ask him what he's feeling guilty about, it's probably not because he killed Cassius. It's probably because the effect that his rash decision had on his wife and
Got some
kid.
good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. The finest weapons and armor.
All right. Let's see if there's anything left that we can sell. I'm thinking not.
Don't forget to check inside the shop.
Trouble?
All right, so it's interesting also to consider that for a very long time now, Caleo has been suffering from ataxia. So he's got to be feeling pretty awful right about now. plus all of the other stuff that's been going on. He's basically kind of been fighting day and night. I saw somebody in the comments asking about the body count. That's a really excellent question. It was an extremely rough trip just to get to Camp Argentum. And we only really traveled maybe halfway across the map. Not even that, perhaps. So my goal is to try to create a darker, scarier, more kind of deadly and menacing Skyrim. My hope is that I'm achieving that, but ultimately you all will have to be the judge of that.
You are devoted to your deity. As a reward for your faith, you have received a powerful gift. My favor with wounding is 116%. Let us see what that is, shall we? Is it a passive effect or is it a power? Warrior's Path, Warrior Stone, we do that. Worshipper of wounding. Slay your foes in combat, especially those stronger than you. Those skilled in one-handed are more deserving of my favor. Devotee. Devotee of wounding. 23% chance to resist stagger from attacks and bashes, based on favor with wounding. That is very helpful. Caleo will take that benefit. Caleo is mostly pleased with the situation at this point, eh? A big shout out to the generous supporters of CouchWarrior. Unpledged produces no YouTube royalties for CouchWarrior TV, so the channel is 100% reliant on your donations. To get involved, check out the Patreon campaign and the rewards it offers at patreon.charactercrusade.com. Make sure you don't miss a single episode of Unpledged. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you ring the bell for alerts. You can also find additional information by following me on Twitter at CharacterWonk and by joining our amazing community of storytellers at discord.charactercrusade.com. Finally, make sure to check out my website for resources, schedules, and contact information by going to couchwarrior.tv. You can also get there by going to charactercrusade.com. I'm always happy to hear from viewers. Thank you all for joining me on the adventure and for supporting my continuing mission to bring story to the world. I will see you in 2 weeks.